Hello and welcome, this is Melskunner, and we're back with some more Unity of Command, and we're pretty on schedule here. We have a very realistic chance of taking this objective. We've already taken our other objective that we needed to do by turn 3. It is currently turn 3. So if we were able to capture this, we're on schedule. Although our next schedule would be turn 4 for these two. That one's going to be a lot harder to pull off, because I did have to do quite a lot to get as far as I have. Although we could move panzers down this way pretty effectively. I just don't know if we have enough drive to take these two objectives. And then I do have to take this by turn 5. Maybe I focus on that more instead. But let's focus on turn 3, because we can do that. I think it's very possible. So we've weakened this guy. Let's see what we can do to get us what we need here. I could move here and kill this guy, which removes him entirely, and we could also leapfrog over this guy's zone of control. No, he would have zone of control here, wouldn't he? Well, this tank we're probably not going to be able to reach anything anyway, and I think this avenue and being able to use these 3 panzers, possibly 4, is the most important. So I'm going to go ahead and move up here. We're going to hit this guy. Got the overrun. We'll hit this guy to get him the hell out of the way. Okay. So that's mission successful. Alright. Now we have to see which panzers can actually get there. Like only 2, so my ability to do this is there. It's just going to be tough. I'm going to take this guy, as he's the furthest out panzer. You know, I was going to have him do this move. Now I think I'm going to have my infantry do this instead. Okay, we got him to retreat. That's good. Okay, so this rear panzer actually can get there now. We've totally broken the enemy. So let's do this, because this is probably a max move. And we got him to retreat. Fantastic. So whichever panzer can get into the city, do so. We just captured that objective. So we did everything that was on schedule for turn 3. Boom, you're dead. Got an overrun, so we'll be able to keep moving. Keep along the rail line here, and as long as I'm careful and make sure I capture the rail line. Golden. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know if we're going to actually do that. This may pull it off if I move like this. It might pull. There we go. We've just captured the what I was looking to capture, so that's good. Obviously, we don't want the enemy to be able to recapture that, so I do need to plant somebody on it. We can't get the infantry there, so I'm probably going to have to do it with a tank. I'm not too happy about. It's possible this guy can't get to the city. And we do have our zones of control, so no, he wouldn't be able to get there. As long as we're smart about our moves, we should be fine. So I'm going to go ahead and move up. Should I move like that instead? No, we need the zone of control. There. They shouldn't be able to get the city, even if they want it. And then you, we're just going to move past. Or ignore. But okay. So that central push worked out. We did get our objective. And the panzers did move pretty far. I don't know if I can take both of these objectives by turn 4. That seems kind of unrealistic. But we'll try and support it with panzers here as well. I'm really going to have to book it to get there. If we can get our supply lines stretched along the river here, we may be okay. Let's... as far as we can move anyway. I'm going to go ahead and move this up just to complete the rail. I took a casualty there on a unit that's already pretty wounded. And then maybe we use the infantry to capture the rail line for us to help us out with this drive. The real possibility these guys will cut me off, though, so I do have to concern myself with that. Zones of control may be enough. So if I drive like this, Miami's going to have quite a bit of zone of control in their face. That will stop them from moving in here easily. They could double up and get through. Not be able to capture that last bit of rail. Oh, there we go. So we have all this rail line, which will help with our push. Here, I'm just going to solidify the zones of control, so it's harder for them to double up and squeeze through. All right, I'm not decided 100% what I'm going to do with this guy just yet. We may try and break some of these guys, maybe move down here and hit this guy. But the important thing is, what is my Panzer's going to do? And they're going to drive forward as much as possible. I don't think the enemy will be able to cut my supply off as long as I moved intelligently, because they should be stopped by zones of control. Now, whether I'm going to be in supply or not is going to be questionable. We don't have this rail line. Okay, well, we can do that without too many problems. I'm just trying to see who could get there without wasting movement too much. I think it's going to be up to this guy. So we'll kill the guy, walk over his... or maybe we do it some other... No, I still think we do it here. We kill the guy. There, we've got our rail control. Now we've got the supply we need. I knew we had an issue somewhere. Yeah, we did get an overrun, so we can keep moving. Okay. All right, so let's do the other tank. I'll move it here for zone of control purposes. We're not capturing extra territory, but again, it'll be tough for them to cut off our supply line. Okay, where are our security guys? Because we technically want the security guys to hold on to the cities where possible. I can't completely ignore some of these enemies because they will possibly cut off the rail lines I've just worked to get. So this tank's going to come over here and try and make sure that this rail line's secure. Okay, we've got the overrun, which is going to allow us to keep driving. It's going to be important if we want to get our objectives done in a timely fashion. All right, come down here and hit this guy. And here we're just going to, again, secure our rail line. This guy's not weakened, but I don't think it's likely he's going to get what he wants anyway. This guy's going to move down this way to try and help out at the objective. and hold on to that and kind of switch out. Kill the tank and keep moving. According to that it would be all of my action points there. All right. Move down here. And kill this guy. Because we've got an overrun. I'll kill the tank as well. Up here, attack this guy. That's not what we like to see. Alright, we do want to ignore this guy for the most part. We've got good defense here. They're not going to be able to cut our supply lines. I think we make more ground here. So I'll go that way. We don't want this guy to just cross the river and do whatever he wants. So I am going to put something up in his face just to stop him from doing that. He could cross the river here, but that's less problematic than some of the other spots. I guess he could cross into the city, which would piss me off, but he'd be out of supply, more than likely. At this stage, we've cut off the rail pretty well from him. Alright, we've got some more ground to make here. I do want this guy coming up to... I guess he could come down here, take this city, and hold on to it for us. So... Alright, now's the time for my infantry to take this guy. We are going to move, try and do that. Let's start with who's closest. Kind of work our way down. Get up in his face. The river's going to be a problem. I only really have good, two good attack directions to take that guy on. But we can't body up on him too much. But this guy's probably fine to move down that way. I think we should start crossing the river, though. Rest. Dirty dude. Go ahead and go in the objective. Hold on to it. Alright, now we're going to need our infantry to kind of back up the rest of our moves, so... You're going to come in here and finish this guy off. Thank you. Don't have really a better move here, so I'm just going to do that. Okay, and we got these guys back here. Don't have anybody else in our force pool. That was all we were going to get for this mission. Alright. I think that's everybody having moved except this guy, which I hadn't, at the time, decided on what I wanted to do. If we move him, I almost feel like we make our zone of control weaker. Maybe if I move him down just one. Yeah, we can do really heavy casualties here. And then retreat it. Okay. That works for me. It weakens the enemy's ability to counterattack me next turn. And we have a pretty good drive going. Again, I don't think I'm going to be able to capture this stuff in 4 turns. this maybe more realistically in 5 turns, especially as he only has 3 strength here. He's not going to retreat because he has the Commissar, but we should be able to do some pretty good damage there. Okay. Well, as I said, I think I've done everything, so let's go ahead and end the turn. We still don't have a lot of time to delay here, though. We only have 6 turns to have a victory. If we take any longer than that, we failed. Ah, they did cut off my supply line. What I was trying to avoid. You know what it is? I think because I bodied up on him. Still, I don't have any idea how he got past these zones of control. Well, it doesn't matter now. We are out of supply. So as a result, I have to murder him to pay him for his deed. And again, it's the beginning of the turn, so we just got hosed, more or less. There's nothing we can do about what he just did to me. Alright, well, the airstrike's going to happen here, because anywhere else I don't think really helps us too much. I mean, we could weaken these guys that are in my way, but all I have is two panzers, and they're not going to get there. I'd have to say that. That is kind of realistic. They could get there. They wouldn't take the city, though. It's not going to happen. We still want to get it done relatively soon, though. We don't have much time to delay here. So, I think the airstrike should be used here. Okay, it didn't do that much, but it's better than nothing. I'm going to go ahead and move here. This is more or less a full move. And we killed the guy. That's perfect. Great start to our drive. Now we can use this guy to more or less max move and kill this guy. Okay, perfect. We can ignore this guy because his zone of control is not going to stop me. We could kill him with somebody else just to make sure he doesn't cut off our supply line like we've happened. Okay, let's go ahead and focus in the south here, as it's going to be a little bit of a slugging match. Okay. I think this is the only guy that's going to be able to get in his face right now. I think we hold. I say that, we don't really have the time to do that, though. This guy's going to try... Are we out of supply here? Possible this mess here. Yeah, I'm not able to get into here. So, even using the extra point doesn't get me much. Oh, we'll go there. Out of supply, unfortunately. We already have bodies in there. I guess we'll start moving here. I mean, what is out of being a supply there gonna hurt us if we're... I'm gonna try and fix some of the supply issue. Yeah, it's still kind of bad. Maybe if I go here, I'll clean it up a little bit. No, we're still bad out of supply. All right, well, I tried. I just can't get in this zone. We're going to need to do that. Well, as I said, we really don't have the luxury of time here. So we have to take these kind of casualties so that we can work him down. Otherwise, he'll be able to reinforce and cause us all kinds of issues. Here, I think we move into the woods and kill this guy, just get him out of our hair. That was a lot of suppression. It's also possible I'll be able to bring supply down from the rail line, so maybe I try and do that. So here, I'm just gonna do this. No. This guy's fairly weakened, so... I'll use him to drive like this. And maybe, just maybe, we'll push the rest of the line. Okay. It was an attempt. Okay, we are getting supply in, so I think if we get this area cleaned out a bit, we'll get what we're looking for. We use his cavalry to help us. Maybe that will clean it up a bit. We only have this one spot that I can't capture. I can go here, though. Yeah, this is one spot. Move up and capture it. We still didn't get the supply in there. So this is just going to be tough to capture just from a supply standpoint. Maybe if I capture the rest of this bit, it'll be all right. I'm going to move up this way anyway with this guy, so he might capture all this stuff and clean out some of this, but I think I'm spending a little bit too much time focusing on that. All right. Let's start pushing. We want our tanks to be able to get through here. Okay. Fortunately, that was pretty much all I had to break that. I may just have to compromise here and rely on getting the supply line shored up, which I can do by coming in around behind. And then we hit the one guy, then we allow our other tank to come up and maybe clean some of this up. That didn't really help me clean that up, did it? No, we'll move here. The infantry is the more important kill because it's on the rail line. Okay, we secured the rail line. And we have the infantry move up and we kill the tank. Okay, perfect. Well, it could have been better, but can't get much better. Have this guy die. Or not. Fine, I guess. Okay, so our panzers did push a hole here. They just didn't get up, so we're not going to capture this by turn 4. We still have these two guys moving, but I highly doubt they're going to capture a city in enough time. We'll probably get these on turn 5. And this, I don't know. I mean, we've got the bodies here, and I could start airstriking to help us. What would his chance be of attacking across this river? Oh, pretty good. We breached him, so he's probably going to die next turn. So we've got him on turn 5. That's not a problem. Even though supply is going to be a little dire. Oh, there's a supply source right here. Okay, we'll be fine. We'll be able to take him out. Okay, let's focus then on other things that we can do here. The tank's just going to move fast as it can. Up this way. Got the supply to support that move. You're weakened. Well, I really can't afford blowing resources here, so you're just going to get killed. Not enough of you. Moving. Yeah. All right. mean, we can entirely ignore this guy. He is a threat to my supply lines and things, but let's just focus on this, as this is pretty much all that's left of a push that really matters. Everything else would just be repositioning troops and trying to get them set up for follow-ups. So what would be the easier thing to push on here? Well, the tank cannot reinforce. Then again, this guy can only reach this infantry here. Okay. Well, that works for me. I am going to hit here, though, because we are weaker down here. With this drive. All right. That was a good push. I do have the extra points that we can use to drive up further if we want to. Which I may do. Go ahead and drive this way. Those supply lines moving. I do need to secure the city so this guy can't just do that. He could also cut off our rail line. So maybe ignoring him was a bad idea. Yeah, because he can just walk here and cut off our rail line. It's probably enough still that we have supply for all these guys, because our supply is fairly good there. And he wouldn't, I don't think, cut the rail line at enough of a distance that it would matter. So I think we're okay. All right, I think it's just time to start moving things up. Stay put. Most of this infantry isn't going to really matter. We'll go ahead and move them up nonetheless. You're the dude that's going to sit in there. You are the dude that was supposed to sit in there, but you're not close enough to really help me. Yeah, you're weak. Oops, I didn't even need to move you there. That's all right. I don't know how much you're going to really help. But I don't think there's any point in wasting resources, making him stronger. Sure, we'll have you go up that way. Alright, I think that's everybody having moved. So yeah, unfortunately we didn't get this within turn 4. I think it's within possibility, but tough. So I'll go ahead and end turn here. I don't think there's anything I forgot. Okay, you're moving up to meet me. As I thought, they cut off the rail line there. That was my bad. Okay, so this guy reinforced, but he has been breached, so it should be a lot easier to kill him now. So we'll do so. Boom, you're dead. Objective taken. We got that one in time. We didn't get these two in time, so that's unfortunate. I think our major victory is going to be on turn 5, so we have to do this turn. So again, I'm going to have to think about this carefully. I think the airstrike has to be here, even though it doesn't have great odds. If we can break the entrenchment, that'd be great. Okay, we got suppression. That will do. Guess we might as well have you just move up as far as you can and just kill this guy. Okay, that's a start. Fortunately, the tank has to move exactly where our other tank is to be able to attack, so that doesn't really help me. Ideally, what we get here is an overrun, which will allow me to push up with this tank. You're totally useless to me then, huh? What can our infantry do? I think the infantry should be the one to make this attack, because my tanks may be able to follow up. I say that, though. Yeah, they can. Retreated, but unfortunately retreated in the direction that is problematic for me. Okay, we have our good moves here. So I think we have this one go there, and boom, you're dead. And then we capture this objective. So, say that. That actually may not be the better capture. This is a good capture for us. The infantry is not going to be able to do as much as the tanks are going to be able to do. So, that's taken. Okay. Alright, I have to pay attention to the rivers here. Unfortunately, there's not a great way to attack this guy, because this guy is kind of in the way. In this case, I think we need to remove him. And we can move up this tank and hit again. Okay, we got him out of there. Perfect. Just got all our objectives. Okay, we don't even have to worry about anything else. So I did get the decisive victory. I didn't get a brilliant victory because I didn't do these two in enough time, this, and this, as I needed to do them both in turn 4. But still, we got 700 out of 800 possible points. Gave us 200 prestige. All right, let's continue. All right, well, that went well. And the southern group didn't go so well for us. And that was me just kind of learning what I needed to do. Now, I don't know, because we got a decisive victory up here, if we got the second branch. We have now 2 possibilities. So we'll have to look at all of our possibilities and decide on where we want to go next. So we have Estonia, with the bulk of the army group north advancing east of Lake such and such towards Leningrad. The 18th Army is thrusted into, I think that's supposed to say thrust, is thrust into fighting for Estonia by itself, facing a strong Soviet rearguard here. Well, that's option number 1. Option number 2 is stiff Soviet resistance on the such and such river line put a stop to the initial German thrust in July. After a pause of several weeks, Army Group North is now about to resume its advance towards Leningrad. All right, well, I don't know which of these two is the better. This could be one of those things where one is the better path, but it's not really clear to me which one's which. This one's a longer fight, and we have less forces. This one is a shorter fight, and there's greater forces on both sides. So, I mean, honestly, this sounds like the better one for me. It's possible I'll be able to return to this one. I don't know. Let's go down to the center group. So this is the one we just did. We just finished this one, so we can work with that. So, dramatic success at Minsk has brought the German armor to the banks of the river within just 2 weeks. The infantry is lagging behind, however, and a continued push to Smolensk is looking to be a challenge. So here we have a lot of armor, but not so much infantry. So that could be challenging. We do have more air attacks than we had before, where we only had 1. Here we have logistics, which this gives you, it pretty much tells you, it gives you +1 arranged on all your supply. And then in the south, while the Romanians are still busy mopping up in Bessarabia, I think is how you pronounce that. I'm sure I mispronounced that. The slow withdrawal of the Soviet forces provide Army Group South with a chance to pocket elements of several Soviet field armies around Uman. Okay, so this one's on a shorter time scale as the other ones. As far as forces go, it looks like we have the greater. We don't have any air support. But yeah, I like this one. I think we might do this one to redeem ourselves from the first go in Army Group South, as we didn't go so well for us. But you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and put a cut here, and we'll do that in the next video. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. This is Mouse Gunner signing out.